Well, you've probably already figured it out by now, but simply reducing an opponent's health to 0 will do nothing in the end. In order to really kill your enemy, here's what you have to do, and I'll guide you step by step in a little segment that I like to call the Overlord Instruction Manual, making your broken gaming experience, well, still broken, but at least understood brokenness. Step 1. Reduce your opponent to exactly 0 health. Step 2. Wait for your energy to get charged to their maximum levels. Step 3. Select your strongest special attack. Step 4. Once your strongest special attack is selected, fire your special attack while your opponent is at 0 health. Once you've successfully fulfilled each of these requirements, your opponent will die. Of course, you'd never be able to figure this shit out unless you look in the goddamn gaming manual. If you don't, then good luck figuring out the process to kill your enemies, as you'll most likely just start spamming your special attacks at them in a vain attempt to kill them. Actually, spamming your special attacks isn't really an option in this game, as you need your energy levels to reach certain points in order to use your special moves. There are 4 special attacks in this game, each one requiring a certain amount of energy to use and drains you a set amount of energy after you use it. Of course, your 4th special move, the one required to kill your opponents, requires that you have your energy meter completely filled, and it takes about 40 seconds for your energy to reach its maximum levels, and that's if you refuse to use any special moves at all. And since we have a 3-minute limit in these fights, we can't fuck around using a bunch of special moves in the hopes of draining your enemy of health, especially since some of the enemies can avoid your weaker special moves with ease. In other words, most of the special moves are fucking useless. And before I forget, the problems with not using your special moves is going to really bite you in the ass. Not just because you'll be forced to be relying almost entirely on melee attacks to damage your opponents, but because your enemies will be pulling special moves and cheap shots out of their asses on a frequent basis. And once you get to the 3rd enemy, it's going to start getting really bad, and it only gets worse as you go further on in the game. Can we say unfair? But don't worry, for there is one special move that is worth using besides the finishing one, and that's the Ultra Shield. In fact, it's essential to use this move if you want to make it past the 5th enemy in the game, who is just your first opponent on steroids. The Ultra Shield is perhaps the most useful move in the game, as it allows you to make a reflective shield in front of you, giving you the ability to block special moves thrown at you by your enemy. But how do you activate the Ultra Shield? Hold up and press Y. Who the fuck thought these controls would be a good idea? Just what kind of incompetent programmers did Bondi hire? I wouldn't be surprised if they were the brainchildren behind Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Oh, god damn it! Besides the lousy controls that you need to use to activate the Ultra Shield, you'll be running into various problems with it, such as the fact that you can't control how long the shield remains up, which will be a major problem when encountering enemies who seem to do nothing besides spam their special moves. And the shield only seems to protect against special moves and not melee attacks. So some enemies will get close to you and attack right through your Ultra Shield when you're ironically defenseless. Perhaps the biggest problem with the Ultra Shield is how it affects your finishing attack. You see, the Ultra Shield only takes 1 point of energy to use. True, this is one of the reasons the Ultra Shield is worth using, but it can be trouble when you're preparing your strongest special attack. If you have maximum energy and your enemy's health has reached 0, you'd figure that it's time to finish the fight, so you select your finishing move. But let's say your enemy fires a special attack of his own. Obviously, you use your Ultra Shield to block it. This reduces your energy by 1 point, meaning you don't have enough energy to fire your finishing move, so the game automatically selects your level 3 special attack. Unless you're paying extremely close attention, you won't notice this and will accidentally fire your level 3 special attack, meaning you'll deplete virtually all of your energy, so you'll have to wait for your energy to restock, which gives your enemy time to kill you. And it's not like you can just keep your distance from the enemy, since your enemy can regain health over time, so you'll be constantly attacking him to keep his energy down, which gives him plenty of chances to kill you, which will most likely happen. And if there isn't enough time to regain energy, then consider yourself dead anyway! Does this sound like fun to anyone? Well, does it? Well, what else should I complain about? Oh yeah, the music. The music is about as exciting as snail races, as it's so quiet you hardly ever notice it. Not that it would matter if your volume was turned all the way up, because the music is so dull and extremely boring. I swear, the moment it reaches your ears, you already begin tuning it out like a bad date. And now I think I should address one of the biggest problems in this game. It's boring! I'm not joking. This is one of the most boring games I've ever played. The gameplay is not only slow, it's repetitive to a point of sheer insanity. The music is completely listless, there is no real excitement to be found in this game, and it's just uninteresting to the point that you prefer watching grass grow over playing it. Perhaps the only thing that can be positively said about this game is that it's so dull and boring that it's a surefire way to put you to sleep. If you have insomnia or have trouble getting to sleep at night, just fire up your Super Nintendo or emulator and start playing this piece of shit. 5 minutes tops and you'll be ready for a good night's sleep. I honestly wish I was joking about this, but I'm not. I could go on about other random things that I found with this game, but I think I made my point. This game is one of the worst fighters I've ever played in my life. True, it isn't the worst I've played, but it's not that far behind the worst. Unless you have insomnia and don't want to take any sleeping pills or NyQuil, don't ever play this game. In fact, if you ever see this game, do the gaming world a favor and destroy it. Smash it, burn it, put it in a blender, set off explosive, do something totally original, I don't care. If you see this game somewhere, destroy it and upload the footage to YouTube so we may have a great laugh. Trust me, that's the only way you'll ever have fun with this game. Well, that's all I have to say. Good fucking night.